IQ tests. We use them to measure a student's ability to learn. But are they fair? Are they balanced? Should they be eliminated from our school system? IQ tests have been used for decades to determine where to place a student in school. Are they a good learner? Are they a bad learner? Are they somewhere in between? However, recent studies suggest that the IQ test itself is flawed, and it's based on a myth of a scaled learning system. For instance, Kim Clary was diagnosed as low-functioning autistic. At one point, doctors said that she should be in a nursing home, and they wanted to call in hospice because they said there was no hope for her. Today, she has a master's degree in occupational therapy, and she gives lectures to medical professionals all over the country on sensory processing disorder. How is that possible? A growing body of research suggests that IQ tests are not only inaccurate, they're biased and actively harmful to student development. The IQ test was created and geared towards Americans from certain social classes. And keep in mind that these tests are created by people. Those people have gender and ethnicity biases that disenfranchise culturally diverse students, different populations who aren't from the same neighborhoods, and they're not going to perform as well because they don't have the same body of knowledge. That doesn't make them dumb. It just means they have different knowledge. Unfortunately, many teachers, many people who run the learning institutions don't want to change the system. They insist that it's the best and the only test we have to measure intelligence. They'll cite statistics that seem to confirm that people who don't have high IQs have a higher tendency towards mental health problems or higher rates of incarceration. They also point out that people with high IQs usually do better academically and have better jobs and perform better in life. But are those people performing better because they're actually better people, or because they've been set up to succeed by a system that rewards their particular brand of knowledge? Isn't it time we recognize that intelligence has many different forms? Should the brilliant piano player who's bad at math constantly live below the poverty level because he doesn't have a skill that institutions have decided is a worthwhile skill? And remember, IQ tests only measure an individual's performance on the day that they take the test. Hey, we've all had bad days. We've all gone in and done really poorly on a test because something else was going on in our life. Is it fair that we totally railroad a child's future academic career because they might have had a bad day? That bad test result is going to follow them for the rest of their academic career, and maybe even into their job. And you have to ask yourself, with that stigma, with that label hanging over them, do low IQ students perform bad in school because they're actually inferior, or because the system told them that they're incapable? Can we really predict how somebody is going to perform in life from one single test? Albert Einstein didn't speak until the age of 9. He was repeatedly expelled for bad behavior, and he didn't get into the Zurich Polytechnic School. He failed the admission test. He was also a Nobel Prize winner. It's time we open our eyes to new possibilities, to new horizons, see the value in each unique individual, recognize the limitation of the IQ test, and not the limitation of the individuals who happen to do poorly on that test. A single test doesn't indicate how well somebody's going to do in life. Low-scoring students don't need lower expectations. They need help and motivation. They need somebody in their corner who's telling them that it doesn't matter how you did on one test. You can do well in life if only you apply yourself. After all, how do you measure a person? Resist the idea that individuals can be quantified and measured It's time we abandon that system of labels that have led to segregation and inequality in America's past. Recognize unique skills and unique aptitudes. See the beauty in individuality. Everybody has talents. Sometimes it just takes longer for those talents to come to the surface. If we give the disadvantaged person a little bit more time, sometimes, like Kim, they'll really surprise you.